Hey everyone, so I am here to help to inspire you to move your bodies daily. I'm really passionate in my aim to motivate you to move your bodies in a safe and effective way. Together with my emphasis on form, technique and breathing, I believe that we can build strong, resilient bodies and minds for our day-to-day lives. Through the beauty of movement and low-impact workouts, we can create healthy habits and most importantly, let's have fun along the way. Alright, so we're going to start in a standing position. Standing towards the top of your mat, we're going to take a nice big inhale, reach our hands up to the ceiling, and then exhale, diving over those legs, coming into a nice forward fold, and just let yourself relax down at the bottom of your mat. Maybe shifting weight from right to left. Alright, then from there we're just going to walk our hands along the mat, and then we're going to come into 4-point kneeling. So just unhooking your toes, shoulders down and back. You can take a nice big inhale and to let that rib cage melt down towards the mat. Lift your chest, lift your eye line. And then as we exhale, we're going to round through our spine. Press to the hands, press to the knees, tops of those shins and feet. And then again, inhaling, release. So really feeling those lungs, let those ribs expand. And then exhale, scooping and hollowing, drawing up through pelvic floor. And then again, inhale, releasing. And then exhaling as you round. From there, we're just going to tuck our toes underneath, lift your hips up to the ceiling, and just start to walk through those feet. So padding it out left and right there. So lengthening through the backs of those legs. And then from there, we're going to make our way into a 4-point kneeling knee hover. So your knees are hovering just off the mat, shoulders down and back. Now really connect to those lower abdominals. We're going to inhale, lower the knees down towards the mat, and then exhale as you lift. So we inhale to lower, and then we exhale as we lift. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale as we lower. Exhale as you lift, connecting, drawing up those lower and deep abdominals. Inhale. Exhale, lift and hold here. Keep breathing. Deep into that belly, holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips to the ceiling. And then from there, we're going to drop down to our knees and then just swing those legs around and come onto our backs. I'm just going to lie down on your back. Feet are just hip distance apart. Now we're going to draw across from hip bone to hip bone and lifting up through pelvic floor, so pubic bone to belly button. Just going to take a nice big inhale, let those ribs expand. And then as you exhale, let's draw everything in nice and tight. Ribs are sliding down towards those hips and you're connecting hip bone to hip bone and belly button to spine. So you want to feel nice and flat through the lower belly, and you also want a nice gap just between your lower back and the mat, so we're not bulging down, pressing too heavy, or we're not overly arching away. So think about really connecting that core. You should be nice and flat. Hands just resting down by your side. And take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to float that right leg away from the mat, find a tabletop position. And then inhale to lower. And then exhale, float the left leg to tabletop. And then we inhale to lower. So we exhale, lift. Inhale to release. Exhale to lift. Inhale to release. Now this might feel quite basic for some of you guys. Exhale, lifting, but we really want to try and keep that pelvis nice and still. Again, you're drawing across from hip bone to hip bone, and you want everything to feel nice and tight and supported. We shouldn't feel any pain in the lower back. Exhale, lifting. Inhale to lower. Let's just go one more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower. Now we're going to add on top of there. So we're going to exhale, float one leg to a tabletop position. We then extend the leg long, again finding those strong foundations, strong for that lower belly. Draw that knee back in, and then resting back down, and then switching sides. So we lift, we extend, we draw in, and then we release. So when you're extending the leg, I want it to look really long and strong. Think about lengthening across the room, rather than how low you can take the leg. Lift, extend, draw in, and lower. Last one. Lift, extend, draw back in, and lower. From there, we're going to take our hands up to the ceiling. At any point you need to bring your hands back down, please do. We're going to float those legs into a tabletop position, so set yourself up strongly. One at a time, those legs float up. Your belly is in a nice neutral position, and so is your lower back. We're going to take it into some single toe taps. So we inhale as we lower down towards the floor, and then we exhale to lift, and then inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower. And exhale to lift. Now I want to keep on going like this. Now if my breathing pattern is a bit confusing, don't worry about it. I just want you to keep on breathing naturally. Usually we exhale on the effort, so the bit that you find the hardest to control. As long as you're taking really deep breaths, you should be fine. All right, we're going to start to add on again. So every time you lift the leg up, we're going to curl ourselves up to a chest lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. So we're still alternating right and left. You just add in the chest lift with the knee lift. Now, if you feel like this is too strong with your hands reaching down towards the top of your mat, you can always take your hands behind your head, just if you need that extra bit of support. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Let's go 4 more here. And 3, and 2, and 1. Stay up in that tabletop position and with the chest lift. Everybody taking your hands behind your head. We'll just continue with those single toe taps. Now at any point you need to lower your head back down to the floor, go for it, guys. That is totally fine. So with your head down, you're still really strongly working those low and deep abdominals. Let's go 4 more. In 3, and 2, and then final ones. Legs stay in a tabletop position, hold it. Let's just reach our hands down towards our hips, start to pulse ourselves up. Tiny lift, tiny lift. So you're gliding those ribs down towards your hips. You're trying to hold the space from hip bone to hip bone really tight the whole time. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Everybody taking your hands back behind your head, single leg extensions. Exhale as you reach. Inhale in. Exhale, extend. Inhale to bend. Now trying to relax your neck, relax the shoulders. Every exhale breath, see if you can lift that chest slightly bit higher. Again, holding that core strong. And then if you need to rest your head at any point, you can do this whole thing with your head down, reaching those hands down by your side. We've got 10 more seconds here. Keep reaching as long as you can, keeping that pelvis nice and still. 3, 2, and 1. And then just coming in for a short rest. Bring those knees in towards your chest. So you should be starting to feel a little bit warmer through the belly now. All right, when you're ready, again, set yourself up nicely. Float those legs back up to a tabletop position. We're going to curl ourselves up to that chest lift. If you can, you're extending both legs long. Exhale, reach. Inhale in. And then lower head, neck and shoulders. Now if a double leg stretch is far too strong today, go back to a single leg extension. Lift, extend, draw in, and lower. Exhale, extend, and in, and lower. Now you're trying to synchronize your breath to the movement. So nice big deep breaths. We shouldn't really be holding our breath at any point. Let's go 2 more here. Final 1. We're going to curl ourselves up to the chest lift. Final effort, extending those legs straight up to the ceiling. We're going to go single leg lowers. Exhale as you lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Again, option with those arms here. Just relaxing through the shoulders. Relax your neck as much as you can. If this is too strong, legs go back to tabletop. Single toe taps instead. Again, we've got another 10 seconds left. Anybody feels super strong and wants even more than this, both legs together, double leg lowers, double leg lifts. Let's go for 4. And 3. Be mindful of that lower back lifting. In 2. And then finishing off this last one. And then resting head, neck and shoulders. Nicely done. Bring your feet back down. Let's just windscreen wipe those knees from side to side. Little rest. And then we'll make our way off our backs. Swing those legs around. Coming back into 4-point kneeling. So you're going to tuck those toes underneath. Pull that tummy in. Let's just lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Coming back into that knee hover. Holding that core on nice and strong. Lifting up through pelvic floor. Lift those hips to the ceiling. Coming into that knee hover. Last one. Lifting. Find your knee hover. And back into those pulses, little tap, lift. Tap, lift. Now find that core contraction every time you lift your knees. Lift and draw those abs in tight. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hips to the ceiling. Start to walk those feet in towards your hands, soften down to those knees, and then slowly start to peel yourself up to a standing position. Giving those shoulders a roll at the top. Take a nice big inhale, reach those hands up overhead. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side stretch, lift. Inhale, lift. Hands by your side. Hopefully you feel a little bit warmer through the belly. Well done. I'm always adding new classes, so if you really enjoyed that workout, please hit like and subscribe because it would really help to grow this channel. If you'd like another workout, we found that people who liked this class also absolutely loved the workouts I've linked here. Have fun!